Alright, so here we are on Tour Talk in my cube. I'm here with Casey Coteen, managing editor, and a visibly upset Aaron Checkwood, photo editor. Obviously we're talking about the Boost Mobile Pro, the controversial ending, and I'm going to open up the conversation to Aaron Checkwood, who feels that Taj Burrow got ripped off. You have 30 seconds.
Just because Kelly is going to win the title again and gets the last wave of the comp, does all that crap, doesn't mean he deserves to get overscored on the last wave. Taj won. Thank you.
Alright, and myself, I believe that Kelly deserved the win. But before I speak, I'm going to go to Casey, who's on the fence. You kind of see it from both sides. You were thinking Taj got ripped off this morning, but then you went back and looked at the replay. Now what do you think?
Yeah, well, when I was on the beach and I saw it live, I thought for sure Taj got ripped off. But looking at the video, I'm kind of going the other direction. I think it was a little bit more fair, but honestly, Kelly, for me, it's all about Kelly's last wave. That they gave him, he needed an 8.93. I don't think he got it. He got a 9.27, and I think when you look at that wave, I kind of don't think he got it.
All right, well, let's talk about the waves in particular. The two scoring waves, Taj had a 9 and a 9.63. Kelly had a 9.70 and a 9.27. The 9.27 was the final wave. That's kind of the controversial wave.
Yeah.
You know, takeoff, big tail waft, another one, a 360, a couple more cutbacks. Let me just read. Okay, let me read this. This is the scoring. This is how they judge these contests. A surfer must perform radical controlled maneuvers in the critical section of the wave with speed, power, and flow to maximize scoring potential. Innovative and progressive surfing, as well as variety of repertoire, will be taken into account. So, my point was, Taj Burrow took off and did sick turns. He did 7 of them in a row.
On the biggest wave.
On the biggest wave, but they were all the same turn. They weren't that critical. Kelly Slater, using variety of repertoire. Tail slide, roundhouse, 360, another roundhouse. That's variety to me. That means to me that kind of pushed him over the edge. It wasn't as big as a wave, but variety, innovation, and definitely the using the progressive surfing element, I think, which obviously Taj has. Why didn't Taj drop in and not play it safe and go and blow the tail and do it in air instead of those same turns?
First of all, Joey Baran called. He said he's really stoked on the 360 progression part. He really liked that.
Okay.
Yeah, he was stoked on that. Second of all, if you compare the size and the amount of maneuvers and everything that was done on those first waves and the range in which they were at, then you look at Kelly's wave, which was kind of an inside middle wave with 3 or 4 maneuvers, right? It just didn't seem like it deserved the score. Now, it's ironic that if you looked at all the surfers that were on the beach, everybody on the beach is like I don't think he got it. Like, just because somebody's in a title race or gonna win, and there's all this hype and he's raised, just because he raises his hand like, yeah, I got it, doesn't mean he deserves it. Yeah, and that's what pissed me off.
Well, Kelly knows how to play the crowd.
Taj deserved it.
His fist pump, and he claimed it at the end.
Fist pump definitely added a point. And we're talking our last point would be, how much does the crowd influence the judging? Because for a contest like Fiji or Tahiti, where there's not that big of a crowd, the loudness after a guy's wave doesn't affect the judges. But a contest like Lowers, Kelly does that. Everybody loves Kelly. Maybe that juiced the judges a little bit.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think you see it at Lowers. I think that
J-Bay,
the U.S. Open,
Snapper.
But the crazy thing is that there's been a lot of controversy with Kelly. People feeling like he's been overscored, especially at Lowers.
Yeah.
So I think that was like
Team America.
Yeah, exactly. The icing on the cake for a lot of people. Like, oh, I can't believe it's happened again.
This is what I thought, and I thought about it all night long. It's gonna be quick.
He couldn't sleep.
It's like when you're taught to surf contests, you always say, like, even if you're not unhappy with the wave, you never show your disappointment with it. And it would make sense to me that Kelly, being the smart guy that he is, goes, I'm gonna claim it no matter what. Maybe that'll get it going. Like, yeah, I deserve it. Maybe they'll give it to me. Like, that's that's the mindset. That's the psychology. He knows He's a psychologist, and I believe that's what he was doing. He was psyching out the judges.
The psychology of the win. Well, we didn't prove shit.
TV should be won. TV.
We want to know what you think. So please give us your comments. Write us a letter Do whatever you want. We just want to know what you think. And another interesting fact, or we don't know if this is fact. Kelly Slater was sleeping in a tent in his girlfriend's backyard. So if you guys know if that's true or not,
Mrs. Cote.
please write us a letter. And one last thing, Taj Burrow has moved up to 2nd place on the ratings. Beat Durbridge to 3rd, Fanning's down to 5th, Parko's still in 4th. So it's exciting for the bottom tier, but we all know Kelly's going to win. That was Tour Talk. Please give us your comments. Tell us who's right, who's wrong, who's an asshole, who do you hate, who do you love. We'll see you after the next contest, which is France.
Quicksilver Pro France.
Bye.